Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a big blonding transformation. This is my sister, and this is her before. We've been taking her blonde each time. She used to have like a dark color in her hair, but now we're going blonder. So I'm using two lighteners. They're both Goldwell Oxycur. The one with the colorful brush is 10 volume, and the one with the little black brush is 30 volume, and I'm using these cute Bramara black foils. So what we're doing is like a huge full foil. So I'm taking teeny tiny sections, getting really tiny baby lights. Make sure I'm getting around the hairline first. So my first two foils down here are going to be with that 10 volume because they are going to be on for so long, and this is pretty fine hair back here, and I'm taking like teeny sections. So it's going to stay on there, so that's why I did the 10 volume instead of the 30 volume, just because it's going to lift in time. Once I end up rinsing the whole back, it'll be bright enough. So around these hairline, these tiny baby pieces, I use that 10 volume. And then as I go up the head, like I think the next foil or the foil after that, I switch to doing the dark color. I'm going to use the 30 volume on, and then the previously lightened ends, I'm going to be using the 10 volume on, because they are still a little brassy, and she has hard water in her apartment, and so it gets brassy. So that's why I'm just going to pop some of that 10 volume on there just to lift it a little bit and get some of those brassier pieces out and get everything to a nice blonde where I can tone it. Now, her hair is kind of difficult, so it doesn't lighten very well. Her cuticle, I guess, is just so much tighter than normal, and so it needs a lot to lift out of that yellow stage. It takes a lot longer than normal to get out of that yellow stage. She has about a level 6'5" natural hair, but for some reason it just gets stuck in that yellow. That's why I'm using 30 instead of 20. Most of the time I would use 20, but even if I use 20, it's just not light enough to tone to a light blonde. And that's also why I'm using 10 volume on her ends, because they do tend to stay in that yellow stage. And her hair is pretty healthy, so it's not damaging her ends at all. Like you will see in the after, her ends are really shiny and really beautiful. But this was the last time that I would feel comfortable lightening her ends. So next time it will just be new growth. But yeah, that's kind of how her hair likes to lift. It doesn't like to lift very well, so I have to use a stronger lightener. And I find that Goldwell Oxycur is really good, even overlapping bleach. It doesn't damage the hair. And obviously I'm using Redken pH bonder. I use that in every single one of my lighteners. I always use Redken pH bonder because I know it's going to take care of the hair as it's lifting. And I really love the step 2 of Redken pH bonder. It makes the hair so silky and easy to brush out if you're teasing. I use it all the time to brush out tease, and I put it on and let it sit for a couple minutes before I section to tone, and it helps really brush through the hair when I'm sectioning. I obviously rinse it out before, but it just makes the hair really soft and easy. Instead of pulling on it while the hair is fragile and wet, it just makes it really nice to brush out and section before I start toning. So that's just kind of a little tip. But here you can see how tiny of sections I'm taking, how tiny baby lights I am taking, because I want to pack in these foils. We want to go a lot blonder. And since her hair is hard to lift, I want tiny sections to be able to penetrate the hair really, really well and saturate it and get that dark color out and get it to be as blonde as we can. So yeah, I'm just doing a normal foil pattern. You can watch. I have a couple more clips of me foiling. Just watch and see how that pattern goes, and then I will come back on when we go to tone. Actually, just kidding, I'm back. So after I finished the 2 back sections, what I did is just took 4 sections out the back of the dropouts, and I'm not weaving anything, but I'm taking little sections and teasing it, and then just adding that 10 volume on those ends just to pop those ends a little bit. And I did that before I went to the front section, because I am going to be taking the back section out first and rinsing that, because it'll be ready by the time I'm done with the front. And so I wanted these pieces to process longer than if I were to finish the entire head of baby lights, put these in, and then I would have to rinse the back foils, and it just wouldn't, the timing wouldn't be right. So I pop these in after I do both back sections before I go to the front section, so that these are done processing by the time I'm done with the front and by the time I'm going to rinse out the back. Okay, so now that she is all rinsed out, I'm going to use the Fanola Purple shampoo as a pre-toner. Like I said before, her hair is so yellow when it lifts and it just doesn't get out. So this is a really good pre-toner. Guys, it really does wonders. And I don't actually have this in the salon all the time, but Fanola sent me some of this, and I'm so grateful because they had sent me it before, but I ran out, and I just hadn't bought any more, but they sent me more. And so I get to use it again. And you know I like the Pravana mask, but this is just a really good pre-toner as well. So I'm just shampooing your hair normally with this and leaving it on a little extra longer just so it can pre-tone those new growth foils and get those ends a little bit more icy, ready to actually tone. So that's kind of what I pre-toned with here. And then I'm going to move on to a root and an end toner. So I bet I have a million comments now being like, what is the toner? Because I didn't actually show it, but I was showing it here, guys. So this root toner is kind of just like my typical root toner. It's 7N, 7P, Shades EQ, equal parts of those two. And I'm just putting this like an inch on a root, just kind of blending that. I don't want to go too dark to level 6 because I still want it to be brighter up at the top. So yeah, just 7N, 7P on our roots, and I leave the hairline out for last, and I put that on like just a couple minutes before I rinse because I want to keep that brighter. And then this is her end toner, and this is 8V, 9V, 9GI, Shades EQ. I love V's and GIs together. I think they're beautiful, and I use the 8 because it's a little bit stronger than the 9V. Again, because her hair pulls yellow, I use something a little bit stronger to make it cooler tone, and it becomes brass easy because she has hard water at her apartment, so we're going a little stronger, guys. So I love using an 8V when I do that. this is the end result. We love this. It's just the most beigey, creamy blonde. Super, super beautiful. Complements her skin super well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And follow me on Instagram on Hair by Lexi, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, everybody.